Now, we should be back. Welcome, welcome. We lost the stream for a minute there, but we're back now. This is episode 218.1. And I am trying. We have Linux open. Linux Mint. We need our settings. We need to display. Oh, I can't type on that keyboard. That's the wrong keyboard. I have 3 different keyboards in here, and I don't know which one I'm typing on. Display settings. Did I get that in there right? I think so. Oh, I can barely read that on here. It is so small. I need to flip the screens. Actually, I could probably do it this way. I can't even read that. Add details. Customize. And all you'd have to do to install Mint right now is just click on this button, this one up here, and that should install. I need to change, and I can't read what I'm reading. It's too small on this screen. Display settings. There we go. Set as primary. Apply. Reset. Set as primary. Keep. There we go. That's better. Now this thing should be showing up. And now I can get in here, get my mouse back, change my settings again, and make these let's see, we want to mirror. That's what we want. There we go. Now you should be able to see what I'm seeing. Keep those changes. And the displays are mirrored. Now the same thing that you're seeing is the same thing I'm seeing. And we can look at Linux Mint. So all we have to do is click on Install Linux Mint up here in the upper left corner. It's very similar to a Windows layout. Very similar. So you have a Start Type button, a launcher button down here in the bottom, where you have your power settings, reset, lock the screen, basic things, files, if you need to use a terminal, system settings, software manager, and it comes with Firefox installed. And then the applications that are already installed on here. We already have Office. And we have a few different basic apps for doing things. It comes with LibreOffice already installed. And we can do, so And then over here in the bottom right, you also have some icons similar to Windows. You have the date or the time. Oh, it shows my mouse battery. I'm using a wireless mouse. That's interesting. You can't see this. Oh, shoot, you can't see this because it's covered up by the cam view. But we are connected to a wired network right now. So we are going to jump into, wait, no, I didn't want to launch Firefox. But you can. What we want to get into is there should be preferences, administration, office, internet, web apps. So it comes pretty stripped down. Comes with some basic software on it. Okay, web apps, Matrix, Firefox. I don't know what I'm doing there. We are just exploring, having fun. Let's look some more at some of these. We can change the desktop background. Gives us some different options. We do the same one in green. Aha. Or from straight above. Just a lot, and we could upload our own image, I'm sure, and select one of those. And some of the settings, background color is set to solid black. Okay. And some different wallpapers here. Wow, that one. Okay, now. So it comes with a bunch of preloaded pictures, wallpapers. We'll go back to the default. What other things can we do with the display? Disable automatic screen rotation. Yeah, we don't need this. We're not going to be rotating the screen on this one. Fractional scaling controls. Oh. Yeah, disable, turn that on. Because that disables it when you turn it on. And of course you have the terminal, which we're not going to get into right now. I'm no expert on the terminal for Linux. I have a little bit of experience, but most of the time I need a refresher right now. But with Mint, you hardly need the terminal at all. So this is Mint, very similar to Windows. It's a great go-to if you're wanting to migrate from Windows to Linux and you want something that's familiar feeling. Then I think Mint is the way to go. So this is Mint. Now let's take a look at Elementary OS. Let's shut down Mint. To shut down Mint, just click in the lower left corner, come up here to the shutdown icon, hit shutdown. It'll give you option cancel, suspend, restart, or shut down. Shut this puppy down. And this Linux Mint is free. It costs nothing to get, it costs nothing to download, costs nothing to install, costs nothing to keep up to date. It is a free open source software. That's one of the reasons I love Linux. Now that Microsoft seems to be failing and falling. But okay, so we're waiting for this to shut down. While we're doing that, We'll jump back over here, and I will change the cam back. And we'll jump back to the main screen, where we will look at the website for Elementary OS. Link is in the description below. Now, if you're familiar with Mac and you're wanting to migrate to Linux, or if you've wanted to play around with something similar to how a Mac feels, Elementary OS is probably, I think, from the distros I've seen, which I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a handful of them. Elementary seems to be the one that looks closest to a Mac. Now, the upside of this is the Mac seems to be, the images and everything look like they're laid out very well for a touchscreen. This thing has a touchscreen. So Elementary OS would be kind of fun to play around with on that. Now, Elementary is also, it is a pay what you can for the software. If you look here, down here, you have options from $10, $20, $30, or you can put in your own custom amount to purchase Elementary OS. And so it's nigh unto free. I personally wouldn't put, I think you can put in $0 and still purchase it. But I figure for something like this, it's worth something. It's worth something to me. And if it's not worth just a few bucks to me, then I shouldn't be looking at it. I shouldn't download it. No reason to have it. But if it's free, take two. So this is Elementary OS. This is the website. You just go right here, pick your amount, go to purchase it. There's instructions on purchasing it, and it installs just like Linux Mint. So we can take a look at it. As soon as we do this, we remove Linux. Please remove the installation medium, press enter. Now, we'll jump back over as soon as I get over here and change back the cam back to the rear facing cam. So we can go back to the overhead. Now we'll go to this one. That's the screen we want to be on. I know what I'm doing. Taking the thumb drive, plug it in. I said plug it in. And switch on the computer. And it gives you the same options, try or install with safe graphics and advanced options. So we're just going to do the first option, try and install Elementary OS. Version 8.02. And I can't remember, I think, let me double check, see what version they're up to now. I just downloaded this recently, so I don't know if they new in OS 01, 8.1. So they're up to 8.1. There's a newer version than this. And I want to play around with the touchscreen in an Elementary. So you get this wonderful scenic backdrop, kind of like Windows XP. It's reminiscent of Windows XP. It's not showing up on the pass-through yet. But we'll give it a minute. I said we'll give it a minute. Nothing on the pass-through yet.
Screen reader can be turned on with the keyboard shortcut Super plus Alt plus S.
Oh, listen to that. Telling us stuff. I can't believe we lost the stream. We should be okay now. I'm jumping back over off of elementary over here so I can see what our stream is doing. We seem to be running okay. Everything seems to be good. We are waiting for Elementary OS to finish all its installation stuff to get on the screen. Come on. And the software for Linux, so it doesn't, it's the software for Linux will run on most, I assume most distros for Linux, so we shouldn't have a problem. It wouldn't matter which OS we decide to use for the software for the 3D printer, which is we are using what's the name of that? Ultimaker? We're looking at the Ultimaker software as a slicer and print software for the printer. And that is available on Linux. It shouldn't have any problem running on Mint or Elementary. Okay, I am in chat. I was in the wrong chat. I was in the wrong video. Now we're back. Now we should be good. Come on. I was wondering why I'm looking at the video feed and it's not matching up with what I should be seeing. So I was gone from chat for a while, but that's okay. Come on, Elementary OS, boot up. This Dell, I wonder what the deal is. I wonder if we're getting hot or throttling or something like that. These all-in-ones were interesting builds. I've opened this thing up and looked inside it to see how expandable it is. It has a M.2 drive with NVMe, which is what the only drive that's in it right now, the 256 gig drive. It also has SATA expansions and an expansion for an optical drive, but the optical drive is not installed on this particular unit. And of course it runs SODIMMs, runs laptop memory, expandable up to 32 gigs, which I would prefer to have the 32 gigs in here. You can also expand, if we wanted to, could upgrade the processor. It can run anything from an i3 to an i7 of 6th generation. But I don't know why it's taking forever. Oh, there's our mouse. We have a mouse. It's because we're not seeing the second screen, I bet. Yeah, that's got to be what's going on. We're having trouble seeing the second screen isn't coming through over here. So let's play around with our there we go. That's what we're looking for. This is the beginning of launching Elementary OS. This is what will show up on your main screen. I do recommend only having, if you have both screens connected, two screens connected, it'll be fine, but I would be thinking of trying to do the initial setup with only one screen. So we want English as our language. I did select that language. Okay, we will do it this way. English. What is going on here? It's like Elementary's hung up. We have a mouse, but we have no oh, it moved, it went. It's going awfully slow. There we go. Default keyboard. Now we're picking up. Okay, trying the demo mode. Give it a minute. It will probably reboot. Yep. Here we go. We get the Dell logo. And give it a minute here while it configures. It's interesting that it always defaults to the larger screen. This is the display on this is only a 1080p, 1920 by 1080, and it wants to default to the pass-through because it thinks it's a 4K monitor. Which is interesting. Come on, Dell. Yes, we know you're a Dell. Being patient. And I can always unplug from, I can always unplug the pass-through so it's not seeing the second monitor, and I think that might be part of why it's freaking out. But I want you guys to be able to see what I'm seeing. And I don't have a forward-facing cam that way. I got cams all over the place, but I don't have any of that screen pointed at a screen, I should say. Come on. We shouldn't take this long, or we should see the whirly bar. There we go. Here we are. And it is switched over again to this screen. So we are going to skip everything here. Skip all. That's what we want. Just get started. It gives you some little tutorials on it, but we want display settings, and we just want to mirror the display. It should give us a second. Yes, keep those settings. There we go. Now I can spin back around here, face the computer, and we can look at Elementary OS. So, more similar to a Mac layout, Elementary has a icon bar at the bottom, the taskbar, however you want to think of it. Multitasking view, files, the web, mail, tasks, calendar, music, videos, photos, settings, the App Center, and this allows us to install Elementary OS across the bottom here. Up at the top, we can click on Applications and get all the applications that are listed or that are installed on the computer. Not too many right now, just the basic apps. And we can search the apps, or we can look at them in a different view form by category. We have our date and time at the top of middle of the screen, and it is accurate, I think, although it is not 12 o'clock. It is actually 10:03. So let's go ahead and change that. Why don't we? We're going to use the AM PM, and we need Chicago. We don't want Chicago, not for what we're doing. We need Phoenix. It's close enough. And with that, it's already set. Just that easy. Okay. Slight difference between this time on the computer and what's showing up on my phone. And across on the left, we have our volume controls, what network, what you would normally see in the lower right of a Windows computer, your basic stuff. And up at the very top right is where we turn this thing on and off, where we turn off the computer when we power down. Right here. We have settings, suspend, lock, and shut down. Not logged in. And we want you need no online account to run either of these two OSs. This is Linux. No online account needed. I know there's a movement to try and get Linux to, there's a movement to get IDs online. I do not think that is a great idea. I think that infringes. So I like I'm switching over to OSs that do not require you to set up an account or track you in any way or get information about you, require you to have an ID. Because that new law that California just passed, OSs have to have the OS level, you have to verify your age. You have to verify your age to use a computer. To use the computer you bought. So, I'm going off on a tangent. This is Elementary OS. The App Center, you just click on it. Click on it. I said click on it. Oh, this is a touchscreen. Let's try tapping on it. Does it not support a touchscreen? Oh, it does support touchscreen. Why don't you want to open files? We can open files, can't we? Yeah, files opened right away. So let's close that out. And I'll use the mouse so you guys can see what I'm doing. The App Center. We'll launch it this way. I'll try to. There we go. And because we are hooked up to the internet, we can go through the App Center and look at apps that we would like to download. And we can look at them by category. Fun and games. The most important section of any app store. And we wait for a minute while it loads up. Running in demo mode, install Elementary OS to browse and install apps. So we can't install anything, and look at how much stuff is just free. Now some of these are just basic games, but a lot of fun stuff available for Linux. Top scrolling space shooter, Chromium BSU. Yeah, I might have to do some stuff on this computer, showcasing some of the games that are available. Yeah. Okay, but this is gonna get hooked up for, like I said, this is getting repurposed for a 3D printer, so we can do some 3D printing. I plan to install this directly to the printer, and this is going to be a dedicated system for the printer. So it doesn't need a whole lot. That's why I'd love to upgrade it. I'd love to update the RAM, but with RAM prices, because of all of the AI nonsense going on, are priced as unobtainium. And so we're just repurposing as it is, and once prices come down, we will look at installing, upgrading this 7450. But so, which OS are we going to install? Mint or Elementary? I am leaning towards Elementary, just because it would be kind of fun to use. This would be, Mint would be similar to Windows, and if I was installing this on a computer I was going to run and do a lot of stuff on day to day, like the monolith. I am thinking of converting the monolith over to Linux Mint. This is what I would use. But for something that's just running some basic, just one piece of software and maybe getting online, I think I don't need a whole lot, and it would be kind of fun to use Elementary OS, especially with the touchscreen. Open up the music. That didn't work. Okay. Oh, there we go. I did grab it. I meant to grab it. Nope. Oh, music running in the background without appropriate permission. No, we didn't want to do that. Where'd my mouse go? Where'd my mouse go? Let's go into settings. Uh-oh. We just froze up, I think. Didn't like that. Me deleting the music player. You saw how easy that was, though. It just poof disappeared when I dragged it out of that taskbar. Where's my mouse? Where'd my mouse go? Come back. Come back. Yeah, because touchscreen's not working. Mouse is gone. We will reboot. Reset the computer. We'll have to go through the little setup screens again, asking what keyboard and what language we're using. But we should be able to get back into Elementary OS. Did you reboot? Come on, computer. The computer stuff, when I'm doing weird things with computers, when I'm not just building a system, they always seem to go weird. They always seem to go sideways. Shut down. Do a full shutdown here. And try turning back on. Here we go. Okay, turn on. Boot. Come on, boot. There we go. We have the Dell. I'm seeing the Dell symbol, logo. Okay, try Elementary OS. We will install Elementary OS and see how she functions on this computer. And we might jump online and download Ultimaker. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. No! Thanks for being here. Thanks for getting back on the stream after it dropped. Don't know what happened, why we lost the signal. Okay, let's see. We're waiting. Let's see, we're waiting. Elementary's rebooting. Redoing something. There we go. We go, yes, English, yes, yes, yes. In demo mode. There we go. And we have to fix the screen. Come on. I clicked on you. Come on. I wonder if I should repaste this thing. That probably might not be a bad idea. So I wonder if we're thermal throttling. It gets pretty warm. Because it seems to hang up at certain points. Oh, there we go. It's rebooting. It's just taking its sweet time. Like I said, it's trying to feed everything through a USB port right now. Trying to run everything through a USB port. So it's going to be a little slow and clunky until we install it. But it does give us the option to try it out beforehand. Come on. I'm trying to be patient. Come on. We'll let it run. We'll let it run its course. Let the fever run its course. I've got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell. Okay. No, we don't want. Oh, we didn't want to do that. What I want to do is silence that. Okay, come on, computer. See, if we just waited long enough, it would do something. Now we can do some things. Okay, first, we want to get over here and skip all of that. Get started. And now we need to mirror the display . There we go. Let me get my mouse over there and keep those settings. Now we can get rid of that. And we will begin the installation of Elementary OS. Install Elementary OS. Here we go. Clicking on it. And away we go. Now we gotta go through the launching process again. Installation. And if I don't like Elementary after a while, I'll try it out. I can always reflash it with Linux Mint. So I'm really not, by choosing one, I'm not necessarily locking myself into that one. Because I can always change it, especially if this is just running one piece of software, was dedicated for one piece of equipment, then yeah. I'd like to put some monitoring software on here to see what the CPU is running at heat-wise. I just wonder why it takes so long for this thing to boot sometimes. It shouldn't. Everything should go relatively quickly. And I'm hoping once I have the OS installed, it'll run a little faster than trying to pull everything through the USB. But we'll wait and be patient. I have a feeling that this screen, this image of the stream with the Dell logo is probably going to end up being a thumbnail. I usually let the algorithm, the YouTube Studio, auto-generate the thumbnails for my videos, and then I just pick out of them because I don't have time to go in and make thumbnails. Come on. And we're being patient. Patience is a virtue that cannot be rushed. There we go. Here we are. We flashed the screen for a minute. Okay, here we go. Installation, English, United States, English US, default, keyboard, erase and install, fresh copy of Elementary OS. SK Hynix 256 gigabytes. If you have not backed up your data, we don't need to back up the data. Let's just do it. When it shuts down, the encryption password will be required each time this device is turned on. If you forget it, you will not be able to recover data. Oh, we have to put in an encryption password. This I did not know about, but that's good. It's basically your password to get into the computer. I am not going to let you guys see this. Yeah, let's see. If I start putting something in, does it show up? Okay, it's blocked out. A unique password for this device, not the password for your user account. We'll do We'll cover it up. You won't be able to see it. That's why I brought the hat. And I messed up. Confirm the password. Oh, I can go through and not encrypt. I could go through and not encrypt, but we already put in a password. We're setting the encryption password. All right. NVIDIA graphics and some Broadcom Wi-Fi adapter, NVIDIA graphics and some virtual machines may not function properly without additional drivers. Most devices do not require. Include the third-party drivers. There shouldn't be any, but I want to make sure just in case. Erase and install. Here we go. Away we go. Installation has begun. Extracting files. Oh, the little E logo is changing colors in there as it runs. 90% done with the extraction. Configuring the system. So very simple if your computer doesn't hang up on you. If you're patient, it's a very simple process to install Linux on your system, onto your computer, a Linux, and turn your machine into a Linux-based system. Continue setting up, restart device. Let's see if it tells us to uninstall the, please remove the installation medium and press enter. See this thumb drive now is hot to the touch, the metal part of it. Hot to the touch. That's hot. Okay, this is coming up but not showing up for you just yet, but we have the logo. Please unlock the disk crypt data. Oh, see, now I have to do it again. Can't see my password. The encryption password for the 3D printer. That's why we wear the hat. Comes in handy. All right, there we go. We have the screen. And we got to go through the setup process again. And the default. And what is this? Create an account. Okay, so we got to create an account. Here we go, here we go. Full name, Man Archimedes. Username, Man Archimedes. Create a password. I hope I spelled that right. I can barely read it on that little tiny. Create a password. Okay. Oh. Let me get over here this way. There we go. Now I can create a password. Now I can create a password. I don't think I got that right. Let's back that up. Back that up. Back that on up. Now, I can't read that and what it's supposed to say. I need a better password. All right, we'll do a better password. We'll do a better password. Delete. Now it thinks we have a good password. I don't even know if I'm covering it up like I'm thinking, oh, I don't even know what that says. Let's see if we can move this. Nope, we can't move it. I don't know what that says. We're just going to leave it what it is. Well, we messed up. Oh, now we have something else coming up. Okay, welcome, welcome. We're going to skip all. Ready to go. Get started. And we are going to go into the settings. I'm going to move this window over here where I can see it for a second. See if I can't fix my user account that got messed up a little bit. Authentication is required. The hat. Authenticate. That's right. Okay, now let's change our display. Let's get this thing mirrored. We'll keep these settings. And we are in So let's, I don't know what web browser we have here. The bouncing ball. Web is running in the background without appropriate recognition for a bid. Let us computer's being a little weird. Give me some notifications. Okay, let us play around a little bit. Now we've got things installed. Let's go to the App Store. Thought we were going to the App Store. There we go. It's checking for updates. What we want is like Firefox. Something to jump on the web. Or we can use, we will try out. Oh, it's updating all these. Okay. We're going through our updates. Let's open our web browser and turn off automatic updates. We'll leave it on for now. Let's open the web browser. Welcome to the web. Let's search for Ultimaker. Oh, we're using DuckDuckGo. I don't want to use DuckDuckGo. Oh well, I guess it's okay for now. And we expand out to the full size of the screen, which it doesn't quite fit right. We want software. Alright, let's manage our cookies. No, we don't need that on. We don't need that on. We don't need that on. Only what is strictly necessary. And then we'll accept. Ultimaker Cura. I think that's what we want. Let's see. Yeah, and we have our Linux right there. So this has been the installation of Linux onto a computer. Fresh install. Not much different than installing over the top of Windows. And a lot of them can be installed alongside Windows, and you can have a dual boot system if you want to try things out and go back and forth. Or if you find there's just certain applications that you need to run Windows on, you can run this as a dual boot. You can run your computer as a dual boot system. This was very different from my normal streams, but hope you guys have enjoyed it. With that, we're going to close out these windows here. I should have left that one open. And switching back around here, do a little bit of changing the cam around. It does cover up pretty well, the hat. So hope you guys have enjoyed this build. If you've watched this long, if you watched the 2 parts, because it's in 2 parts because it dropped the stream, congratulations, you've made it to the end. Remember, there's the like button and the subscribe button. We do this for the likes and the subs. That's why we do it. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been fun. It's been distracting for me. So there may be another stream a little bit later. But until that time, until next time, I am Archimedes signing off.